Good morning, everyone. Don't mind me, I just came from the gym and that's why it's so dark. It's early morning, but I wanted to speak on what God did for me while I was at the Dreamville festival. So originally I was supposed to go solo. I didn't want to go solo. I wanted to go with my best friend and everything else like that, like we did in the past year. But when it came down to it, I was the only one that brought a ticket. And it did kind of make me sad, but I felt like God wanted me to go solo. But it gave me somewhat an uneasiness. Not because it wasn't because where I wasn't supposed to be going, but because I didn't want to do it alone. I was scared to do it alone. And we got to understand, sometimes God will have you do things alone, because if you're not alone, He can't work certain things within you. He can't show you certain things. He can't really put a work within you because you got other people around that does not need to be around at that moment for Him to show you. So I went alone, and before I went alone, I went into the Dreamville Festival Facebook group. I'm in the chats. I'm not talking that much, but like I just made a quick note like, hey, I'm looking for someone to hang out with this weekend. Da 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 da. Whatever. Not a lot of people are takers, because people are so superficial. It is what it is. So I had one person reach out to me, and when I got out to North Carolina, we met up. And when I say he was the kindest soul that I ever met, and I know a lot of people are like, hey, yes, it was a guy. And this is why you got to use discernment, because before I met him, I prayed. I was like, listen, God, I need to know. Do you want me to connect with this person? No. Yes. Am I safe? What? So you got to use discernment. You got to consult with the source, okay? You got to consult with the source, because if you don't consult with the source, you're going to end up in some situation that you're not supposed to be in. So I spoke to God. I was like, listen, am I supposed to connect with this person? I was like, he gave me the go ahead, so I'm like, okay, let's enjoy this weekend. When I tell y'all, I had the best weekend that I've had in a long time. And not because of all the festivities, all that was amazing. Everything was amazing, you know what I'm saying? But it was because of the kindness that I was showing. It was because of Him showing me what I've been missing out on, what I've deserved dealing with past people, that I've settled for less. And God really set that up, because I was speaking to God before this, and I was like, I know I deserve more, but I truly don't know what that looks like, because I never had it. And it's hard to really get what you're looking for when you don't even know what you're looking for, because you never had it. And so sometimes God will connect you to certain people so He can show you a preview, or show you what it does look like, what it does feel like, and what it requires from you. The person I met up, his kindness, it required nothing of me. I legit showed up, and he was the kindest person to me. He took care of me that entire weekend. He was nothing but a gentleman. He was nothing but a true sweetheart. He showed me the love of Christ, and it required nothing in return. And that speaks volumes, because in a world where people are here to take, in a world where people are here, and don't get me wrong, there are times where God will put you in a situation where it's a give and take situation, but this was a give and take situation, just not in the give and takes of ways that people would think it was supposed to be. See, I did nothing but pour light into him. He's going through a lot, and so I poured light into him. I poured the love of Christ that God gave to me, and so I spoke from the Holy Spirit. I had the Holy Spirit speak through me to speak with him, to show him that he is still loved. And little does he know, he poured a lot of light into me. He showed me exactly what I've been missing, what I've been missing out on, what I deserve, that I should have been getting. But I kept settling for less because that's what I felt like I deserved. No. And even though it was just a weekend, even if our connection goes no further than what that weekend was, I am truly blessed. Not I feel, but I know that I'm truly blessed. And I think, first of all, I thank God because that connection was divine. But I do thank this person, and I want them to know that you're going to be an important timestamp in my life. And I thank God for that. And even though it was just a moment, it was one of the best moments of my life because it changed the trajectory of where I'm going, of where God has me going. And I feel God propelling me towards what I deserve. And so I thank you. I thank you for allowing God to use you as that vessel to come and show kindness to me. And I hope that I poured light into you as you poured into me. And once again, I do very much thank the source, God, for doing that for me. So I say all that to say, y'all be open to what God has for you. Every connection is not supposed to be long term. Sometimes it's just to show you something, and you gotta have the spiritual eyes and ears and heart to perceive it. You have to have those things in order to see it, because if you don't, then you're going to misconstrue something into something that is not. That was one of the best moments of my life, and I truly feel that it changed the trajectory of where God has me going, and it was needed. And it all came from a solo trip to a Dreamville festival. When I say Dreamville was truly a dream, I thank God for that, because that was nothing but God. So use discernment. Have an open heart. Ask God what it looks like, because you're asking him to take you places that you've never been before. So you need him to show you what it's going to look like. You need him to show you what it's going to feel like. You need him to show you. You need him to guide you. Because you may end up rejecting what he's trying to give to you because you don't know what it is. You gotta ask God to make you over so you can be able to accept those things when they do come. So you guys have a blessed morning. Be safe, and bye.